For some time, I've been working on and off on setting up a first-person view system for my TRAXXAS TRX4 Crawler. After dealing with different types of components and doing trial and error, in this video, I share my work in progress regarding this subject. My first decision was to use an analog system and not a digital one. The main reason is that digital technology, apart from being more expensive, requires the use of goggles, which for ground FPV are not very convenient or practical because they prevent you from being aware of what is happening around the pilot, such as the proximity of people, dogs, vehicles, etc., that can hinder the process. Additionally, the goggles are very intrusive for my taste. The second important decision was to use a remote control that had enough channels and range to handle the variables to be controlled. I selected the Radiolink RC8X remote control. The breadth of functionalities, number of channels, DSC port, range, and ease of use made this RC my preferred pick. Two key elements for an FPV system that incorporates the RC8X remote control are: first, the option of connecting a video receiver with the image projected on the RC screen. Second, the availability of a DSC port that allows the connection of a head tracker for the control of a pan and tilt gimbal. The video receiver used is the one provided by Radiolink for the RC8X, and the head tracker that exceeded my expectations in terms of reliability, speed of response, stability, and ease of use is the Tally-Ho pre-built head tracker from Motionsic. This is the arrangement I used to place the video receiver and the head tracker in a practical way. As I mentioned, goggles are not my preference, so the head tracker is attached by a Velcro strap to a cap. Regarding the arrangement used in the TRX4 Crawler itself, I used the Motionsic Badass Gimbal as a pan and tilt system. The best gimbal on the market for this type of application. The only detail with the use of this gimbal is that I had to make an adapter in 3D printing to be able to accommodate the camera, which in my case is the RunCam 2 4K. This detail is not a major obstacle because with some creativity, you can easily design an adapter suitable for the type of camera you want to use. The RunCam 2 4K is a good camera for the image quality and variety of settings with which it can be configured. However, it lacks an image stabilization system that is key on uneven terrains. The excess of vibration is an important issue to be addressed, but I haven't seen any robust solution yet. I know that the RunCam 5 4K has an electronic image stabilization chip. I don't really know to what extent this will diminish the level of vibration that the camera is exposed when mounted on the Motionsic gimbal in ground FPV applications. For sure, there are other FPV cameras that, like the RunCam 5, have electronic image stabilization. Is this system as good as the image stabilization used by the GoPros or the DJI Action 4? I don't think so, but it would be worthwhile to try. There are also softwares, like GyroFlow and others, that address the issue of image stabilization, but these are post-production solutions. Regarding the video transmitter, I used two approaches, one medium range and one long range. For the former, I used a 600 milliwatt transmitter. For the second, I used the Rush Tank Max Solo that has a maximum capacity of 2.5 watts. The setting I used to place the video transmitter on the TRX4 allows the two transmitters to be easily exchanged using a type of Velcro strap attached to the crawler's body. Obviously, the difference between the two transmitters is their penetration range. However, the limitation of the long-range transmitter is the need to use an additional fan to cool it, which adds a significant level of noise that in some conditions is not convenient because it disturbs the environment. In an upcoming video, I will include the comparison between the two transmitters in terms of the maximum distance each covers. Finally, the monitor and antennas used are key components for good image reception. The quality, performance, and configuration of the FPV antennas play a critical role in determining the range, clarity, and reliability of the video transmission. The monitor I use is one with high lightness and excellent resolution that incorporates a high-sensitivity diversity receiver. As for the antennas, I use an omnidirectional antenna in the video transmitter And on the monitor video receiver, an omnidirectional antenna paired with a directional one to increase the signal coverage from different angles. Now let's look at the connection of the RC8X radio control with the TRX4 Crawler. The table shows the features originally provided by the TRAXXAS TQ1 radio control and the extended features that can be added with the Radiolink RC8X. While the RC8X radio control can be configured in many ways, the setting shown in the table is one that I feel is the best fit for my FPV system. The Radiolink R8FG receiver replaces the TSM receiver on the TRX4. The connection of the first 5 channels remains the same as the original configuration of the TSM receiver, with the functional difference that now the front and rear wheels drive can be controlled independently of each other. The RC8X channels 7 and 8 are used to control the pan and tilt gimbal. Following Motionsic recommendations for the installation of the tally-ho head tracker, channel 7 is used to control the pan servo, and channel 8 to control the tilt servo. Finally, I used channel 6 together with a digital switch to turn on and off the crawler lights. The same approach can also be used to install an alarm buzzer system. The video receiver is connected to the RC8X via a USB Type-C port and a 3.5mm earphone jack. The head tracker connects directly to the DSC port of the radio control. A very useful feature of this configuration is that the pan and tilt gimbal can be controlled manually or with the head tracker by swapping the 2 modes from the radio control without stopping the crawler. The gimbal is controlled manually, the VR and DL1 dials, by selecting PPM out in the external input-output options of the RC8X system menu. If the PPM in option is selected, then the gimbal is controlled by the head tracker. Well, that's it for a brief summary of my adventure implementing an FPV system on my TRAXXAS TRX4. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching.